Welcome to the Funeral Funds Life Insurance Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Vandervate from Funeral Funds of America, and you can find us at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, Funds.com. Whether you're interested in term life, whole life, mortgage protection, annuities, disability, business continuation, or final expense life insurance, we have you covered. Our team of experienced professionals will guide you through the complexities of insurance products to help you make an informed decision. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing the role of health and age in life insurance premiums. Let's dive right in. What is the role of health in life insurance premiums? Well, let's dive right in. Health plays a significant role in determining life insurance premiums. The insurance companies out there are going to assess your health condition to evaluate the level of risk that you pose to the insurance companies. And let's face it, you know, most people don't most people don't think about getting life insurance until they have some major like health event. It's like, "Oh, I just had a heart attack. I better look at getting some life insurance." You want to know when the worst time to search for life insurance? Right after you've had a heart attack, right? You It's called a pre-existing condition at that point. And the insurance companies take a look at those pre-existing conditions. And they're more critical on some than others. I mean, it could be, high blood pressure or high cholesterol, lifestyle choices like smoking, or if you're an airplane pilot or a skydiver, it could be like build things like height and weight, your BMI. They take all of that into account. And, quite frankly, the higher risk you are to die prematurely, the more your premiums will be. And it just comes back to one of those things that, so many times we talk with people and they just say, you know what, if I would have known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. So just understand that, a lot of these issues are totally preventable just by getting some life insurance actually before you need it, and before your health changes. I always tell people, unfortunately, so often we're so busy living that we don't think about dying. But you know what? We were born one day, we will die one day. And it's just a that's just the part of the cycle of life, I guess. But generally speaking, people in good health with no significant health issues, they are going to get lower premiums. And the insurance companies have like a 16 level scoring system where, if you're standard, you're just going to be like average rates. That's going to include things like high blood pressure and probably other medications in there too, depending on what the medications are. And if you were like, running marathons, you'd get the preferred rate, the best rate, lowest prices. So, another role in life insurance premiums is your age. This is an absolutely critical factor with the insurance companies because as we age, each birthday we have, we're going to be one birthday closer to our death. I, I have a friend once in the past who has said, "Hey, happy birthday. What do you want for your birthday?" And he said, "Another birthday." Right? As we get older, we start thinking that way. But the older we get, the more risk we run of developing health issues and medical problems. And just a lot of those medical problems out there are going to cut our lives shorter. And sometimes the insurance companies know how you're going to die for the most part, statistically anyway. And they know that if you've got, X going on health wise, it's going to perhaps reduce your life expectancy by 6 to 7 years. So they know that stuff. So just be aware of that. Again, get this stuff before you need it. Premiums tend to rise more steeply in older age brackets, especially beyond age 50 and 60. And the reason is who has the most health problems? As a rule, I mean, we all know young people that have health problems, but as a rule, in mass, who's going to have more health issues? It's those people that are 50 to 60 years old because they spent a lifetime of nutrition and habits and kind of just living their life to get to where they are at that point. And if they'd done things different earlier, they'd have a much different future. But, there you are. You're 55 and now you need life insurance. So we always recommend, the best time to get life insurance was like 20 years ago. The second best time is today, right? So you can't change what happened 20 years ago, but get what you can now, everything in, get more affordable premiums. The combined impact of both health and age is how the premiums are determined by the insurance companies. So they're going to factor in your age and your health, and at that point, they will determine what the most favorable rates that you qualify for are, and they'll give you an option on premium payments. And if you like it, go for it. If not, then what other choice do you have? I mean, most of the people that approach us, if they don't get some sort of life insurance, people that are left behind are going to suffer both emotionally and financially. So the other thing too is don't let don't let your health issues spook you from even researching any life insurance coverage, because there's so many different insurance companies. They all have different underwriting requirements. Generally, there is at least one option for everyone out there. Now, whether that's an agreeable option to you or not, based off coverage, amount, or pricing, that's something totally separate. But we really strive to always at least have one option for folks, kind of one worst case option. And then, ultimately we're going to go for the best case scenario. What's the best coverage at the best pricing that we can get you? But we will advise you of all your different options. And it all comes down to, the medical underwriting is going to be the biggest thing. Medical underwriting factors in your age and factors in your health problems. It depends on the type of insurance policy. If you're looking at a fully underwritten term policy, they're going to order records from your doctor. They're going to do a blood test and a urine test and a whole bunch of other testing. They're going to know an awful lot about you. So you might say, well, that's not good. Well, that is potentially a downside, but also the truth will set you free. So if you're in really great health, why not prove it and get the best rates and lock in your coverage either for a lifetime or 20 or 30 years or something like that, now that you're in great health? Because we know in the future, you may not have that great health. So the underwriting process is really just out there to serve the insurance companies to make sure they're not taking on unacceptable risk. But it's also out there to serve you, because if you want the lowest rates, you want them to filter out the people that haven't taken care of their bodies. And unfortunately, and there's some people in there too that have just had bad luck, bad genetics, accidents, kind of whatever has happened. And if those people get into the pool for the best rates, it drives rates up for everyone. So the insurance companies really do want to pay out death benefits, but they don't want to take undue risk, because in doing so, it's going to drive up the rates for everyone. And it may seem kind of cold-hearted. I mean, we get some people once in a while that goes, "Oh, that's terrible. They're discriminating against me." And it's like, well, yeah, I understand how you might say that, but you're 5'6" and 325 pounds, and you've got congestive heart failure, and you're a smoker, and you've got COPD, and so many things that were potentially within your control were never controlled, and now you're where you're at, and that is certainly not the insurance company's fault. Also, premium variations, it depends on what type of product you're looking at. There's multiple products out there. There's whole life insurance, there's term life insurance, there's universal life, there's annuities, there's all sorts of different insurance products out there. And they all have different underwriting. They all have different premiums based on the risk profiles. So we always recommend just search out somebody who specializes in that type of coverage. We've got experts at Funeral Funds of America that specialize in all types of coverage, because at the end of the day, we want to treat you like the best client in the world, and we want to get you the best rates, and just make sure that, when you do put your head on your pillow each night, that you're able to get a good night's sleep, knowing that, God forbid, if you don't make it through the evening or through the next day, that your family and loved ones are taken care of. So those are just a few of the factors that play into the role of health and age in life insurance premiums. My name is Randy Vandervate, and I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Funeral Funds of America can help you qualify for first day coverage or benefits at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. And our phone number is 888-862-9456. We will be blessed to help you with this in the future. Until that day comes, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.